Hey, Doug Wallman. How's everybody doing? Just kind of was going back and forth. Do I want to record another video, especially after my first day at work in the new year? Was it any different, really? Yes and no. I didn't really feel any different, but with a little deeper reflection, I kind of did. There's always that sense of renewal, like when you get up in the morning. Instead of a new day, it's a whole new year. A lot of people make a lot of to-do over that. I don't on the surface at all. I'm like almost flippant, like another day. I usually don't say another dollar with that. I mean, there is money going to work. But, I mean, I'm pretty casual in a lot of ways. But beneath the surface of all that, there's a lot to me, layers, probably just like everybody else. Real good choice drinking pop. I usually don't, but I did tonight. I kind of forced myself to get out. I was going to go out to eat, but it's like, you know what? It's not even a treat at this point. So I went through one of the taco fast food joints here, and that was kind of cool, like 3 tacos. So this is pretty much hang out with me, casual talk, till I pull open my Bible. I may or may not do that. I just felt like I should have it handy in case I felt led to say something, but I may not. You know, that's totally possible. Once again, just felt like I could either take it totally easy and lay back for the evening, which I pretty much did, or try to connect with anybody who's listening out there in YouTube land. I don't really make a whole lot of to-do over, it's a new year, what are your goals, what are your ambitions? But what are they? Does anybody have any new ground or footing that you want to establish? Any goals? Any reflections? Navel gazing, or whatever you need to do? I can be a little bit reflective, but I can also move forward because that's kind of what we all need to do sometimes. I think 2023 was a better year than 2022 in some ways. And I want to get into why exactly, but I had some really awesome experiences in 2022 as well, but life is what it is sometimes. It's always like, what do you share on YouTube? Because you really can't take it back once you share it, even if you delete the video. Yeah. Well, there's always these relationship dynamics, or lack of one. But it's been interesting. 2023 was pretty laid back for the most part. I won't talk about any relationship that formed then on YouTube. I won't share that. But it wasn't totally void of that, let's put it that way. There was definitely some going back and forth and getting to meet somebody. I don't think, like, in that instance, such a strong bond was created that like broke my heart or anything. So you already know where that went. It's kind of one of these situations. You press play. Yeah, I'm recording. And what do you talk about? Want to connect a little bit. I'm probably better really at just playing keyboard or piano. reading here a little bit about Jesus washing the disciples' feet. "No," said Peter, "you shall never wash my feet." Jesus answered, "Unless I wash you, you have no part with me." "Then, Lord," Simon Peter replied, "not just my feet, but my hands and my head as well." Jesus answered, by the way, I'm reading from John 13. Jesus answered, "A person who has had a bath needs only to wash his feet. His whole body is clean, and you are clean, though not every one of you." He is about to talk about he was going to betray him. When he had finished washing their feet, he put on his clothes and returned to his place. "Do you understand what I have done for you?" he asked them, trying to take off a sticky note. "Do you understand what I have done for you?" he asked them. "You call me teacher and Lord, and rightly so, for that is what I am. Now that I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also should wash one another's feet. I have set you an example that you should do as I have done for you." I thought I'd take a moment to interject. Apartment got a little stuffy. It is actually the next day. I've slept, I've went to work. I've been thinking, what am I going to say? What am I going to interject? Where am I going to interject? And I thought, I really don't know. But I was talking about sitting at the feet of Jesus, or more like actually having him wash your feet and letting him do that. Maybe that's a point of pride in some of us. I don't know, that we'd maybe rather not take on that stance or position or even imagine it. Yeah, it's cold out here, guys, but maybe 30, it's not so bad. Just to take the time to fellowship with the Lord and let him do what he needs to do in your life. I just encourage that. And with that being said, and I didn't want to take too long to interrupt myself, but another thing is just to enjoy your life and let him speak to you in the moments that you enjoy, like getting out in nature. This isn't probably the best time of year to get out, but I decided, I'm going to do it. Well, I'll just allow myself to get back to my own conversation where I was before. Of course, this was partly for content, I won't lie, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to let you have a different perspective outside and kind of walk around a little bit. It won't take too long. You enjoy the break, or was it disruptive to my video? Well, what was I talking about anyway, right? Yeah. All right. I'll let you get back to listening to me in my studio. How about that? I have set you an example that you should do as I have done for you. I tell you the truth, no servant is greater than his master, nor is a messenger greater than the one who sent him. Now that you know these things, you will be blessed if you do them. I can absolutely promise you there's no premeditation to picking that scripture. That was pretty much another open it up, read what's in front of you. Do I have any commentary on that? Not really. We all live in an age where it's easy to become self-consumed or get into consumerism. I need a better mic, better computer. I do need a better computer, but I got this one right here, and I've been ranting about that past couple posts. And I've seen some posts today from people in my church or affiliated with my church or branch off, because my church likes to send people out, so maybe they're not my church anymore, but some posts about consumerism, how it's taking over the church in some regards. Like, we want better worship, we want better preaching, better kids program. I better pick that up. It's my Snapple lid. I guess I threw away the bottle, but I kept the lid. There's always something they say in this Snapple thing. Heirs dichotomy? Heirs alchemy symbol is a triangle with a horizontal bar. Well, that was a side note. Yeah, I can't make that one relate. But, yeah, it's very easy to get caught up into materialism or consumerism. I've often thought it would be better to live a life of moments, or to have more of a let's create moments mindset than let's buy a bunch of stuff. I've thought that, but in reality, the truth of the matter is I do like stuff. I think I would like moments more if I could get to that point where we have someone to share moments with. But for right now, at least the stuff I do like helps me create moments. Cameras, microphones, things like that. Depends on how you use the stuff you have, right? But I'm definitely not here to preach or stand on a soapbox. It's not how I do things. But unless you think it is it? Maybe I am that way. I don't know. What's all some of your favorite hobbies? What do you like to do? I did like photography, and I still do, but this videography stuff is kind of taken over a little bit. And I actually tried to sidestep that for a while and get back into more photography and getting out. Even if it was a cold night, just get out and shoot some photography. I enjoyed shooting Northern Lights when I did have a chance one time. And I have the app that tells me when it's most likely. But yeah, you can kind of tell I'm just ranting about whatever, but it's easy to get cluttered in your life. I'm kind of looking at it right now, just stuff. Even that's a form of, I'm not going to knock having some material stuff. It's kind of nice having a few nice things. I do enjoy it. Did I really need that? Well, that's only like $100, but you keep buying things that are only $100 and they all kind of add up, and then you might not have a whole lot to show for it either. Oh boy. Where am I going with this? Well, my prayer is that since it is the new year, sometimes I do push back a little. What's the new year? I seen a post today by somebody. I'm not going to look to find it. Pretty much describing New Year's resolutions as kind of a shenanigans thing. But I don't have any resolutions, but I think we always want to become better people. And there is that sense of renewal, that sense of a new beginning, whether you're really into it or not. It kind of presents itself to you, and what do you do with it, Try to do my best at work and things like that. As far as serving, I think all of us could do a little better, but I try not to be too performance driven. I want it to be more about relationship, right? So my endeavor, it's hard to know where I'm gonna go with this. It'd be cool to form a relationship, as in romantic. But I'm not gonna force that. I'm trying to make it happen at this juncture. I've tried dating apps. I guess you could say I'm temporarily on pause. You could say that. I haven't given up because even when I give up, I really don't. How can you give up on romance? How can you do that? Because it's kind of, a hopeless romance or hopeful? Which one is it? Hopeless or hopeful? A hopeful romantic. My prayer then for myself is that I would find the right person, the right person would find me, and I'd be the best person I could be for, dare I say, whoever I'm meant to be with. Is there purpose in life? Coming from a Christian, that's kind of an odd question. Is there? I've actually thought of that. Is there really a purpose? Or do we overplay that card a little bit? Could we almost be liberated if we didn't think so purposely driven? Well, we can't totally. I think philosophically it would be kind of a rough life to have no purpose. So yeah, I'm not totally going there, but I often think, where would I like this channel to go? I guess I just take it one day at a time, and if something inspires me, I go for it. Can't be afraid sometime of the awkward pauses. It's almost a projection to say they're awkward. We need a moment. I can't always rely on the keyboard to take us there, although I often do. I'd encourage you to take a moment just to close your eyes and meditate. You may have goals and ambitions, but where is it taking you? Any more than where I'm taking you, really? That's a nice play. I mean, yeah, you get the raise. I've gotten somewhere this last year. My attendance is good at work. I don't want to go on a bragging thing on that. So yeah, just take a moment, and I pray this very video and audio can capture the essence of that moment where it says, "Be still and know that I am God." I think that's in the Psalms somewhere. I don't know exactly where. Psalm something. Do I look in the concordance, or I just go straight to Google? Psalm 46:10, Bible Gateway. I'll read it. Should I read it from my hard copy Bible? I'll put this down. Psalm 46. Tell you what, I'll read Psalm 46, the whole chapter. Psalm 46. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way, and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, and the mountains quake with their surging. Selah. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. God is within her, she will not fall. God will help her at break of day. Something about that phrase seems a little different. God is with her, she will not fall. God will help her at break of day. Nations are in uproar, kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice, the earth melts. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress, Selah. Come and see the works of the Lord, the desolations he has brought on the earth. He makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress, Selah. So let me reiterate verse 10. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. One more time. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. Guess we'll take a moment and just give it some pause. And if you're fidgeting with something, maybe try not doing that, because I was tempted to grab this. Or if it really does help you, don't let it stop you. Just an idea. Even right now, it's tempting for me just to pray for you. But even that's filling the space where maybe God has something a little different. And the silence is maybe awkward, but maybe it's also very comforting. Maybe it's similar to ASMR even. But yeah, I think there's a different dynamic. I'll leave you all this stuff. Maybe a little different dynamic, but I can maybe borrow from that a little bit in our quiet moments. Let's take away the noise. I think the hustle and bustle, even in a laid-back lifestyle, there's still that element there. And the holidays, Christmas, New Year's, it's pretty much all over now. Some of you are pretty happy to get on the other side of that, but I digress. Let's be still for a moment. Burp. I think the only thing I really heard is sons and daughters. And And it's just a moment where you're being addressed as such, and what's to follow is what you're going to hear, not what I'm going to tell you. I think you can hear for yourself what he's speaking to your heart, even if this is the first time you've been introduced to this sort of vernacular and way of approaching God, the Father. I do have one verse that just came to me now, but I don't remember the reference, so I'll look it up. Good thing we have Google. James 1:17 through 18. Let's go ahead and just read it from here. James 1:17 through 18. This is the New Living Translation. Whatever is good and perfect is a gift coming down to us from God our Father, who created all the lights in the heavens. He never changes or casts a shifting shadow. He chose to give birth to us by giving us his true word, and we, out of all creation, became his prized possession. I could read that out of my translation. Mine's the NIV. Some people aren't fans of that version, but I guess I've never personally been really big on it has to be this version or the other. You may beg to differ, but I think for general Bible study, James 1:17 through 18 won't be impacted by a whole lot. I could be wrong though, so don't listen to me. James 1:17 through 18, the NIV version. Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows. He chose to give us birth through the word of truth, that we might be a kind of first fruits of all he created. I kind of like how that reads. Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows. He chose to give us birth through the word of truth, that we might be a kind of first fruits of all he created. That's cool. Cool. Anything else? And I'm asking right now. And maybe you can join me in asking, is there anything some of you feel his presence, and that's good. It's comfort. I hesitate to say this, but some of you could relate to the idea of it even being an angelic presence. And some of you might be red flag, but don't worship angels, but I don't shut them down by my fear of them or trying to put them in their place and all that. They have their place, so let's just let them have it. Of course, the the angels that are on our side. We thank you, God, for your protection. Yeah. Of course, I got that from angels. I think right now, that could be their role, how they're going to interact with your life, for sure. I think there's something else. And it's easy for Christians to jump to protection when the angels get brought up. What other role might they play at this very moment, or a soon to an approaching moment, maybe in the next few days for some of you? Well, I can't ever say I've actually had an angel encounter, but I encourage you to be open to see what the Lord could manifest. Of course, we have to have discernment. Not everything is of God. But I think Christians are a little shut off in that area, angelic activity. And I myself have never encountered, like I said, anything that I could say is a bona fide angelic experience or encounter. So I'm not here to make up stories, and so at least I'm authentic. But if anything does happen, hopefully I'd be willing to share. With that being said, I think we'll just get back to the discussion I was having with you in my apartment. I'm trying this B-roll stuff, this is slightly different than B-roll, I guess. I'm just interjecting from a different location, but it's kind of worth a shot. Trying to up my creative stuff, my creative angles. Well, we might not know till it happens. That's just the thing. Now, do I say be on the lookout? I don't know. Maybe. I don't want to project anything in a way that's just setting you up. And yeah, like he said it was going to happen, and it did. It was just a synchronicity, which I don't mind those, but I do pray for something that even exceeds the synchronicity impact this could have. I just pray for supernatural, actually, events to unfold in my life, in your life. And it will be a lot like synchronicities. It'll greatly be that, resemble that. How do I make it supersede even that? Well, the blessings of God upon the synchronicity. Of course, I'm trying to spiritualize it in the Christian realm, aren't I? But I think that might be important, though. Yeah, I quit recording. I didn't even know it. I think I went on another 10 minutes or something. Wasn't even recording. How about that? I didn't have to tell you that. So our synchronicities, I just pray that God's blessing will be felt, impacted, even projected if that's what it is to you. So be still and know. It's really hard for certain personalities just to be still. Even for me, really. But but it's not that hard, especially if you're tired of the hustle and bustle. Just had enough of it. Well, I had a few good moments off camera. Too bad that wasn't recorded. But I'm not going to force the inspiration. So I think we had our moment. And I do believe God is speaking to some of you, heart to heart. And I pray that you will find the purpose He has for you in 2024. And may your heart be filled to the brim. Peace out. You know, I can't ever say I've had an angel encounter, but I'm not closed off to angelic activity. Of course, I do encourage people to exercise discernment in all things. But yeah, I think a lot of the Christian community, you know, I can't speak what's going on recently, but you don't hear a lot about angel activity, but it does exist. And I myself have never had an angel encounter. Probably just said that. I'm cold, guys. It's probably like 30 out here or less. But I'm not going to make up stories. So, other than that, you know, I'm open, and if anyone wants to share something they've experienced, that would be awesome. Guys, this is a quick voiceover I thought I'd tag on at the end. This is a disclaimer when I say I've never experienced an angelic encounter, bona fide. What I'm saying is, whatever I have experienced, I don't know what to attribute it to. Years and years ago, I sought counsel on what was this experience I've had, and it wasn't just myself. Someone else was with me. I ignored what I experienced completely, was going to blow it off, and I'll say this much about it. They said, "Did you hear that?" And I suppose I might as well share the rest. A female voice was calling my name. The counsel I sought on that it was a familiar spirit. But I'm not so sure years later, looking back. For quite some time now, I've doubted that assessment. I mean, I guess it could be. But as far as me seeking clarity on that, I guess I would like the clarity, but to actually receive it, I don't know if that's possible. I think it's more, what's the word I'm looking for? You can surmise all you want to, but I don't believe, I guess, in some ways, I'm not a believer in being able to receive clarification on that, at least at this point. And that's not the only supernatural experience I've had. But with that, I'll let you go. And I hope I didn't share too much, but there's been people that share a whole lot more than that. And I guess that's my little tag on at the end. I want to quick get this video over with, so I left it be a voiceover. Hope you're okay with that. Remember to like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. God bless.